What is up, everybody? Welcome to the fourth race of the National Rock Racing Association. We are here at Rush Off-Road Park in Rush, Kentucky, presented by Mickey Thompson, and this race is brought to you by Super Grip Tires. We are so excited to be out here this morning. It is a little bit rainy, but we're excited to be here on May 4th.
Hey, we race rain or shine out here. We're
Absolutely.
not scared of a little rain and mud. Thank you guys for being with us. Thanks for joining us on Hillside Live. Welcome to the show. We've got 3 classes of racing coming at you today. It's going to be great. But before we get started here, I'm going to throw it over to Joey to start things off properly with a prayer, and we got the national anthem.
Awesome.
All right. Well, we are excited to be here at Pro Rock Racing, working with the National Rock Racing Association, as we have for the 11 past years of the Rush Anniversary Bash. It's a sold-out show, and we're thankful for having the opportunity to pray for safety over this event for all the racers, the spectators, and everyone involved. If you'll bow your heads with us. Lord, we come to you today just grateful for another opportunity to be in your magnificent house, this outdoor house that allows us to come out and enjoy and run after the passions, the desires, and the skills that we've been honing in to come on a race day and perform for all these people, Lord. We hope that everybody that's here in this present, that hears this message, Lord, knows that you're King and that everything that you do is good and that you have your hand in all works, Lord. And as you have your hand in all works, build a hedge of protection today around all the racers as they go out here to do battle on this course. Let them drive to the best of their abilities. Let them see straight in front of them clear as day, Lord, and let them be able to come out here and do what they are passionate about and what they enjoy. Thank you for this opportunity, and thank you for allowing us to be here in this country, in the greatest country in the world, in America, Lord. And we just thank you for everything that you're doing and the blessings you bestow upon us all. In your name we pray. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail as the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Great job. Thank you, sir. Fantastic.
All right.
That is awesome. Again, super excited to see those guys. Got to the National Anthem and Prayer Live. Again, as you can tell, it's a bit rainy here. It's going to be a very wet, soggy morning. We have some sunshine yesterday. It kind of had a little bit of a rain. They're saying between 2 and 5 o'clock we're going to have more of a big storm rolling in, so we're going to try to get done before we really get pounded with rain. But, I mean, we do have quite a bit of a sprinkle coming down now, so I think that's definitely going to change the course. Change how some of the drivers hit it. We also had the course was definitely changed from yesterday. Some of the jumps were cut out. Some of the ledges were cut out. So I think you're going to see some drivers have a little different approach to the course that we're going to see today. Obviously, the big bouncers have bigger tires, so the ledge is a little bigger. And I think their approach to that's going to change a little bit. But we're going to find out here real quick.
Well, we've had the drivers out. They changed the course around a bit last night. Not the drivers, but Clyde and the crew. We got to keep the bouncer drivers, UTV bounty drivers, on their toes. So they were cutting it out, making it even steeper on our spider step up there, as we're calling it. But then this rain came and changed everything too. So the drivers were out here last night looking around. They've been out here this morning looking around. I think it's one of those days where you're just going to have to take it as it comes.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think we had any pre-running today.
I did watch Timmy roll up to that first jump and back away, and I was like, yeah, right there's that ledge. Again, you can see how tall that is right there between the Super Grip flag and the Raceline flag. That's the very first jump. They come out
right after it.
Yeah,
they've cut out that step up as well.
You can see that, right there. You can see that little notch. I say little notch. It ranges from about 5 feet on the right or the left over to about 7 feet on the left. So they're going to have to either bring so much momentum to jump that, or they're going to have to back down the hill, all the way down the hill, and bring speed. I did watch, it was either Cody Kaysen or Clay Kaysen. I think it was Cody Kaysen last night in a side-by-side, come down to the bottom and then hit the hill. And he ramped it, was able to successfully make it. But he also had to
when there's $100 on the line, you got to jump the gap.
Yeah.
That's what Cody did.
So, again, when I think a side-by-side can make it, but again, unfortunately, you're going to have to back down, which you're going to lose some time. So, I mean, I don't know if there's the side-by-sides definitely I don't think will be able to climb it, but bouncers are going to have a lot of trouble. So you got to look at, again, this is a race. We want to see who can do the fastest. Is backing down going to be faster, or is hitting the jump going to really help speed up? So we'll see how that plays out today, as well as, again, we're going to have a lot of rain coming in and out today. So it's definitely a very wet course right now, so we'll see how that goes.
If you guys are wanting to know what our order is going to look like today, we're going to start off with our UTV Bounty class, Course 1, and then we'll do the Bouncers, Course 1. We'll have a little bit of a break where there's some rail buggies out here that are going to be running today. We're not going to be live for that, but they'll be out here and putting on a show and having their own race. And then we'll come back with our youth class and let them go ahead and run both of their courses. And then we'll go into round 2 for UTV Bounty and wrap it all up with round 2 of the Bouncers. So we got a full day of racing action ahead of us. And in case you're just jumping on with us, welcome to Hillside Live. Welcome to the Mickey Thompson NRRA, race number 4 of the season so far. This weekend presented by Super Grip. Huge thank you to them and to all of our sponsors that help us do what we do out here. And I also have to give a big happy birthday to my co-host, Matt. Today is his birthday.
Thank you.
So he's here hanging out with you guys and all of us.
And Bree brought me probably my 2 favorite snacky snacks, a Snickers and a Mountain Dew. Like, if I was on vacation on a beach, most people would be like, I want a beach and read a book, have a glass of wine. I'm like, I want a Snickers and a Mountain Dew. Like, those are my 2 things that I love.
I know the way to your heart.
She does. She really does. So thank you, Bree. I appreciate that. And today we're excited. We have a UTV Bounty Series we're going to kick off with. We got our Bouncers, so definitely going to be exciting for those. It looks like we had 6, 8 of those UTVs. Again, these guys are super gnarly, and I always give a lot of respect and really have a lot of heart for these guys. They're doing the same course that the rock bouncers have to do, which, again, for those of you who do bouncer, who have been to here and walked the course on a bouncer hill or seen the bouncer stuff, for those of you who have seen that, it's definitely very, very intense, and it's definitely pretty wild.
And they have to be the first ones out there today to start knocking off some of the mud on this course and be the first ones out there digging in those trenches a little bit. So it's going to be interesting for our UTV Bounty class for sure. We did have a couple of late entries as well. So as Matt said, I think we've got about 8 drivers in that class. We've got a full lineup for the Bouncer class, including at least 1 or 2 new names on the list, and as well as a couple buggies kind of coming back around that we haven't seen for a little while. I know there might be a couple of those out here too. So going to be a good day, guys. Where's everybody watching from, tuning in online?
Bill.
Justin Will says happy birthday.
Aw, Justin Wills. Again, Will, he's actually racing at Crandon in his new Pro 4 truck this weekend.
Oh,
so
nice.
There he's like, you coming to Crandon for your birthday? I said, well, I would love to, except I have a race that weekend. So,
Well, good luck to Justin and his endeavors this weekend as well. I see Chad Gill and Chad Molitor and Riley Bradford tuning in on here. My page is being a little slow to update here, so there might be more that I haven't seen yet. But welcome to Hillside Live, everybody. And does anybody have any predictions for how today might go? If you've been to Rush before and you've seen these hills, and especially if you've seen them when it's been raining all morning, like it has today, what do you guys think that we might be seeing today?
Yeah, I'm very excited. Again, I think the weather is definitely going to play a role. All of our cameramen are trying to tucked in 2 places, trying to keep their camera equipment dry. and
getting all the trash bags out, all the umbrellas, all the ponchos.
Yes. I know they have an easy up for Crystal down there. We're trying to keep her in the high and dry environment as well. So
And as always, here's your first friendly reminder of the day to make sure, if you want us to see your comments and be able to answer your questions and interact with you guys, make sure you're watching from that Rock Racing TV Facebook page. You can also head to YouTube, to the Rock Racing TV channel, if you prefer to watch on YouTube. We won't be able to see your comments that way, but that's also a good option for you. Don't be one of those rebels that's going over to one of the other Facebook pages and trying to be incognito. We like to see who's watching and hang out with everybody. I'll give you guys a real quick rundown from our UTV stock class yesterday. Well, if I can find it here.
Little Timmy's on here. Little Tim Bacon. He's in there. What's up, buddy? Thanks, sir. I appreciate it. He's got a new rig that looks pretty sexy. I cannot wait to see that thing.
I've seen some videos.
Not wait to see that thing get out and rip it on course. I'm excited. They got some new stuff they're coming out with, unveiling, so I'm pretty excited to see that. Getting that Bacon Racing team. Clay Cason's on here wishing everybody good luck today. I'll say him and his brother both yesterday did some battling back and forth.
All right, there we go. I got it. So yesterday for our UTV stock class, Coy Chappell took the win, followed by Daniel Heckley and Brandon Davis. That was our podium and UTV stock. And then in our UTV Cup class, Clay Cason took the win, followed by Dylan Dowler and Casey Howell. That was your Cup podium. And in VIN, it was Brandon Davis, then Don Curtis, and Justin Hoback.
All right, we got Cooper Bentley coming out the gate hard and fast. It looks like, again, we had talked about this, a lot of guys. He came up that jump immediately, cut a hard left turn, came back down, and hit the jump.
All right, Cooper Bentley, our very first driver of the day out on the course.
Again, watching that, again, their stair steps are big.
They are definitely way more cut out than they were yesterday. Yes. Heading up the RCV rocks. And into that SES final stretch.
Oh!
Come on, Cooper.
Oh, man. Man. 60.852 for Mr. Cooper Bentley.
Let's try to remember 60 for me. I've got a short memory and everything else, but that is the fastest time of the day. First place, Bounty Series. Cooper Bentley, laying it down.
Zach.
Fastest time of the day so far.
Fastest time of the day.
It helps when you're the only one that's running.
Yes.
But actually, Cooper is one of our drivers that very often comes out and hangs on to the fastest time for the rest of the day. So we'll see if that happens for him today or not. I do think that they're listening to a little radio chatter discussing the flag that got bumped at over the tires.
What's up, Trey Moore? Watching while running across America. Heck yeah, buddy.
I feel like you're sitting in the zone right here.
And they are getting that flag set back up straight at our tire obstacle there.
One more radio.
We got Randall Key tuning in. What's up, Randall?
What's up, Randall?
We miss seeing you out here.
We do. Randall's a heck of a driver, as well as one of our OG drivers.
Tell Wendy we said hi, too. Miss you guys. All right, Alston Tidwell sitting in that race line starting gate now.
Y'all make sure y'all follow all those guys. Octane's out here, busting knuckle in the house. We got Bub Meadows over here with his.
What's up, Jay Shaw?
Here we go for Alston.
Again, those drivers, I think, making kind of the safer choice coming down. And
Alston took a little bit of a tumble in the full body in the stock class yesterday. It was a bit of a front flip down this CA Tech cliff that he's about to come down now. He was still able to finish, though. Stuck the landing.
Again, watch him kind of, you can see he's taking that far right line. Cooper cooked a little bit more in the center.
Oh, yeah, he got it. He's coming down. All he's got to do is not slide out. Stay in it. Oh, he's being a little more careful. So slippery right there.
I'm sure those tires are super slick right now, too.
Water trucks off earlier. We got another completed run.
74.128 for Alston Tidwell.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to need the water truck today, as Zach was saying.
Definitely.
Yeah. What's up, Brian Bebo Watt? What's up, buddy? Mr. Rock Life Off-Road. Yeah, again, they do a great job. Brian Bebo Watt helps run that Rock Life Off-Road group. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns about bouncers, or you want to learn more, you want to get into it, come watch a race, you can – Bouncer Life, sorry, thank you. Bouncer Life, you can hop over in the Bouncer Life Facebook group, and they do a great job. I know I'm in there sometimes answering questions, and Brian does a great job of help promoting a lot of bouncer events, some bigger, obviously, like ours, or some smaller ones. I've seen him promote some state fairs where they had some bouncers come out and have a little dueling match in front of the crowd, and the crowd loved it. So
yeah, I've done those before. That's fun.
It is so much fun.
That's the very first place I ever raced was at the
Really?
State Fair. Tough Truck Challenge.
Yeah, I say it's a good time watching those guys get out and have a good time. So, like I said, if you have any questions about bouncers or you want to learn more about it, you hop in that group, and they do a great job. He does a great job promoting a lot of seasoned drivers as well for the National Rock Racing Association. Christy Wills, what's up, Christy?
We've got Carrie Brown says Ridge is supporting the youth class from home today.
Heck yeah.
It looks like
Casey Howell's on the line now.
Again, Casey raced with us yesterday as well. Man!
That camera either just got an awesome shot or a lens full of mud.
Yes.
Maybe both.
Yeah. Some of our course workers and some of our camera crew were over there just got sprayed with mud as he came zinging around that corner.
All right, he's coming down this hill.
Oh, man, it is slick.
Wow.
These guys are going to have to work for it today, that's for sure.
Showed out right there. That hill is,
I don't know, he's kind of doing a serpentine thing.
so different from what they found.
All right, it's the race line ramp. And on to that final stretch now.
Wow.
The last 30 foot just sliding, trying to stop.
6'8", from Mr. Casey Howe. Again, he actually came up and hit that jump a little slower, and I think he hit the jump a little slower, and then he slid down the tires, just try to keep it straighter after the last two guys we've seen. They had to check up a little bit. Again, Cooper literally sliding into the tires. So, tried and slide up there. Got Nathaniel Bell sitting in the race line starting gate.
Nathaniel's been having a pretty good couple of races with us so far this season.
I feel like it's turned into a contest now, spinning out with these guys.
I think that I heard they might have made the caution tape a penalty as well.
Yeah,
Make sure the drivers are checking up and staying under control.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to have somebody flying down the hill. Oh, wow!
I think he should have done that a little quicker.
That buggy sounds healthy.
Well, right there is where he lost his chance of beating Cooper. He still could pull out the third. That's a
64.474. Cooper Bentley still hanging on to the fastest time right now. He came out of the gate with a 60.8. Now Nathaniel Bell with a 64. Casey Howell with a 68. Alston Tidwell with a 74. You know, it's so much harder to try and stick to the line that you want. Avoid the caution tape and the banners, the flags that are out here, because those are penalties. They're there for a reason. It's either a safety area where it's for the driver's own good that they need to check up, or it's for the safety of spectators. That they're wherever they are, it's there for a reason. And we also want to make sure that everyone's running the same course, that there's no corners, being cut or anything like that. So
try to keep it fair.
Yeah, there is a 30-second penalty for any flags that get knocked over. If they get brushed or slung with mud or dirt or something, then that doesn't count. But if you take one down, it's a penalty.
And Clyde even talked about that this morning. He said there's probably going to be a couple. There's two he said on the course at least that are probably going to get sprayed with mud.
They're going to get roosted. Yep.
So much with mud, we'll have to go clean them off halfway through because if those fall over, it doesn't count. Got Josh Krapinski coming out the starting gate there.
Oh man, he checked way up and still got a ton of air.
Oh, wow.
Man.
That more middle section is kind of donkey kicking him a little bit.
His front end did not lift on that at all.
No.
Luckily, he cleared it, though. He barely made it. Josh and a lot of the guys were busy putting this thing back together last night as well.
Oh, man. He raced with us yesterday as well. Had some good times.
You never know out here. You might wander over by somebody's trailer or RV just to hang out and get conscripted into the pit crew.
He's on track for a decent time, I can tell you that.
Well, I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm impressed. He hit the face of that big old
66.939 for Mr. Josh Krapinski.
Looks like we've got Madison King in the line. We should have about 3 drivers left. 2, actually, maybe. You guys are watching round 1 of the UTV Bounty class here at Rush, Kentucky for the Mickey Thompson NRRA race number 4. This weekend presented by Super Grip. These drivers need some super grip out here this weekend.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
All the grip.
All the grip. They need all of the grip, yes. Yeah, this weekend's definitely going to be a more of a full send. Just because of the traction issue. Again, being getting a little squirrely.
Right. If you guys aren't familiar with the send scale, you got your no send, you got your moderate send, and you got your full send. And you have to know when to employ which one. Oh, Madison getting a little hung up there at the top of the RCV rocks.
And I think she's going to have to back up quite a ways.
I see her dad Isaac down here with the headset on running that way.
Luckily, that right there is a fairly straight shot, so.
It always helps to have an outside point of view, too. I've never raced with a headset or, I've raced with someone sitting next to me yelling at me, but never with a headset.
And I imagine your dad is yelling at you.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go.
Come on, Madison, over that race line ramp.
There we go.
Madison came into this weekend first in points in the Bounty class, actually leading by 21 points. 99.038. That having to back up is definitely going to hurt a little bit for her today. But with a 21-point lead coming into the weekend, I mean, she's definitely been having a good season so far.
Yeah, 21 points. Wow.
And she was third place in Hot Springs a couple weeks ago. So
awesome.
Bounty class is definitely where she's been shining. Looks like Derek Schaefer on the line now. I
hear the bouncers getting fired up. You can always tell because the broadcast trailer starts shaking a little bit. Like, yeah. Especially when they get up, if we're right next to the starting line, they'll be like revving up, and they'll be like, you can hear the bleed through in the mics. It's so funny.
And like feel it in your eardrums.
Yeah.
Perfect placement. Well, we got that handle.
We're
getting some cameras, getting a camera moved around a little bit.
Next victim, Derek Shaker.
Here we go. Derek's
Mud shield knocked.
on the course.
That's a mud shield. Oh, yeah.
oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa. Ooh.
Woo, man, he almost did something spectacular.
There you go. Come on.
Woo, man, those stair steps coming down that CA Tech cliff have gotten a little rough now. Yesterday, they weren't so cut out, and the drivers were able to just skim right over and
Yes.
kind of just float to
Yes.
the bottom, but not so today. If you're newer to the series and how we differentiate our classes, the UTV Bounty class, which you're watching right now, runs the exact same course as the big bouncers. So this is definitely the highest difficulty.
69.737 for Derek Schaefer.
So our bounty class is definitely testing our UTV drivers
Yes.
as much as possible.
Look, Timmy. There's Timmy, Brandon, Daniel, Jay. They're all standing there just watching, just waiting. Josh Krapinski walking up. You can see them all just huddled over there.
A little meeting of the minds.
Jack Porter there, I think, too. They're asking Clyde questions.
I don't know if Cooper's living right. because
Cooper's over there.
guess what? He gets to go first again in the big buggies. We're going to move right
That did wrap up course 1 for the bounty class. You can see that we've got our first bouncer pulling up to the line now. And we will be right back with a quick top 5 rundown right after this.
My name's Steve Allen. I'm the Director of Sales for Super Grip Corporation out of Bristol, Tennessee. We're excited to be here at Rush for the anniversary bash. We've got 8 or so drivers that we sponsor that are here with the National Rock Racing Association. And we've got from little kids all the way up to grown-ups. So we have a lot of fun with that. We appreciate the family atmosphere that this association has brought, and we're excited for the future. We're an industrial tire company. We've made tires for skid steers, forklifts, agriculture, since the early 80s. And, the last 7 or 8 years kind of got off into some ATV, UTV stuff. But right now we cater to more of the rock style racing. We do have some stuff coming in the future for hopefully the mud side, more trail stuff. We have a rock bouncer tire coming out for these guys that are running the big rock bouncers. So we've got some exciting things coming around the corner that we are extremely happy to be a part of. Our motto from the very beginning has been bigger, badder, better. We want to make a tire that's going to last, and our drivers here have been real pleased with the way our tires perform. So you can get our tires from our partners at Rock Life, and they'll get you taken care of on any of your tire needs.
All right, guys, let me give you that quick rundown from course 1 for the UTV Bounty class. Cooper Bentley held on to the lead with a 60, followed by Nathaniel Bell with a 64, Josh Krapinski with a 66, Casey Howell with a 68, Derek Schaefer with a 69. We only had 7 drivers, so I'm going to go all the way through. That 6th place spot was Alston Tidwell with a 74, and then Madison King with a 99. That's your course 1 for the UTV Bounty class.
What is up, everybody? All right, we are here getting ready to kick off bouncers. I hear them in the starting gate. We're here for the 4th race of the National Rock Racing Association here at Rush Off-Road Park in Rush, Kentucky, presented by Mickey Thompson. And this race is sponsored by Super Grip Tires. Again, I know they've been out here on site doing some stuff. Heard the national anthem come from them, so I appreciate them. And again, this is the bouncer class. This is the big dogs, big motors, big tires. and obviously you see some big ledges. So it's going to be a very interesting day. We're very excited for these guys to come up. And, again, I am so jacked to be here. Even though it's a little rainy, it's still a lot of fun. It's going to be a very, very great day.
It is going to be a great day, and I think we've got Cooper Bentley lining up on the starting line. Again, Cooper had to go first in the bounty class, and now he's going first in the bouncer class. So I don't know if he's just having some bad luck in the draw or if he's just signing up late. I don't know what's going on. But you know what? It worked out for him in the bounty class because he came out first and laid down the fastest time and held on to it for the whole course one. So let's see. Can Cooper do that again here in our RRTV Axle Bouncer Cup, course 1.
So I was specking. So I was specking out that exact corner he went to. I was thinking this morning that was going to be the easiest spot to climb if you're going to climb it rather than jump it. So I think now that Cooper went there, I think we're going to see a lot of guys try that this afternoon.
It's going to be interesting to see if our fastest times are going to be those that will turn around and make the jump.
Yeah.
Or if everyone's just going to be choosing to climb it instead of having to come down and turn around at the bottom.
It's going to be very interesting, I think.
Cooper is third in points coming into this weekend after our 3 races that we've had so far this season. So he's obviously been doing well for himself. Let's see if he can maybe move up a little bit in those points.
6'2.110 for Mr. Cooper Bentley. And again, we are going to see if he can hang on to that or somebody's going to knock him down. Again, it was super awesome to see him hop in the UTV class, run the fastest time straight out of the gate, and then keep it all afternoon.
And he raced with us at UTV Stock and Cup yesterday. So Cooper's definitely having a full weekend. That's, 4 classes that he's racing? Colby Reich on the course. And 8 up. Oh, no! There you go.
We saw some side-by-sides yesterday get hung up there a little bit. So I'm interested to see how that's going to unfold. And maybe being as muddy it may pay off to be running earlier in the day. I know sometimes it's kind of nice to watch drivers run later in the day, and that kind of pays off for them because you get to watch everybody else run. But running earlier in the day may actually pay off for you. So we'll see how that unfolds. Got to ride around with Colby last night, head around and goof around a little bit.
You can see how he's just sliding down the hill right now.
And sliding around.
This isn't like red clay tacky mud here in Rush, Kentucky. This is just the slick stuff.
It really is.
Come on, Colby.
Come on. I smell bacon, by the way.
I do too.
It smells so good. Taylor said it's so rude. Colby in that 8-up buggy.
There it goes. 92.122.
Wow.
And he did have a little bit of trouble on that super grip step up. Got a little hung up, had to back up on the spider step as well. But I think that's a good example to you guys watching at home that, this is, as always, steeper in person, and the ledges are taller in person than it appears on camera. And also just the mud out here today is a whole other factor. Richard Hodges out on the course now.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Something broke.
And two-wheel drive.
I'm gonna say he broke a rear drive shaft.
Hey, you're back in and doing nothing.
Hey, I'm okay with him. He's making that hill a little easier for me. So
Man, he's doing what he can, but this is not a two-wheel drive hill today.
No. Yesterday we did see Tim Cameron in two-wheel drive.
Yesterday was dry.
But it was rear-wheel drive, not front-wheel drive. So.
And he was in his UTV.
Surely he knows that nothing's happening in the back.
Oh, man.
Dang it. You hate to see that.
Yeah, try it in reverse.
I hate that right out the gate.
He's down to the pits. Gonna try to figure out
We talked about that a little bit yesterday and how that's always disappointing, obviously for the drivers, but, for everybody else too, because we understand the amount of commitment,
Yes.
the time, the energy, the money, the effort that goes into coming to these races, especially being a seasoned driver, the travel, the taking the day or two off work, just to get to the park and be ready, the time spent keeping the vehicle ready to race. It's a lot. It's a big commitment. So we always hate seeing that when somebody doesn't get to make a full run at the course. But it is part of racing.
Next.
Who we got next pulling the line? I'm trying to see. Looks like
Clint.
yeah. I was trying to see. All right, well, kids, I'm going to get ready. Wish me luck.
Have fun. Good luck.
This is my favorite buggy ever built. That ain't? Who is that? Oh, it's Clint. Never mind. That's a reject fab.
Oh, man. Laughing at Zach out here.
No.
This is Clint Garrison in the old Liberty 2 buggy. Clint definitely one of our very consistent drivers. I always think of his driving style as just he doesn't tend to run on the super ragged edge, with the wild style, but just smooth and consistent. So we'll see if he can pull that off again today, or if the mud is going to keep him sliding around a little more than he'd like. Definitely that far left corner is the choice for everyone to climb up right now. They might have a little bit of traction over there in the brush, and it also looks to be a little bit lower on that side. Bouncing down the CA Tech cliff. The whole Mickey Thompson Mountain that we're racing on out here today is trying to become a mudslide. We've got a little more rain adding to it right now, so these drivers, man, they are really having to work for it today. It's hard enough when it's dry to keep to the line you want at speed. So add in the slick mud. And they've got a handful, that's for sure. .153 for Clint Garrison. Cooper Bentley still with the fastest time of a 62. But we've got a whole lot of bouncer drivers still to go in our lineup here. Looks like Clayton Smith on the line now, and Gold Rush reclaimed.
Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith.
There's a small tree on course in the last downhill. Look at it.
They've changed up the fuel and everything on this buggy, trying to get it down to a manageable
Looks like we might be checking on a possible
benefit.
log or branch dragged onto the course and see if that needs to be dealt with or not. Looks like we decided it is not an issue.
Yeah, so
You can see Justin Hoback there with the vest on. We got to give a shout out to him. He helps a lot on our starting line doing safety checks. He also helps with the safety checklist that all the drivers are required to read and sign at our drivers' meetings. And he's a huge part of our youth class and helping to make the courses and lead the kids through them and do the drivers' meeting and help organize all of that, along with his wife, Haley. So big shout out to the Hobacks. Here we go with Clayton. So far, so good, man. He's making that buggy sing. Coming up, though, those RCV rocks. Coming in hot for the race line ramp. Up and over those tires, and he's got it. Let's see what his time is. 68.501. Not bad, not bad. Clayton definitely, we can all tell, has gotten much more comfortable. You know, seat time makes such a huge difference in these vehicles. And just getting used to how they work, what they can handle, what they feel like, the power that you have, you know, the horsepower, and what you can do with it. So definitely can tell when the drivers are getting more and more seat time, especially if it's a new buggy to them.
We're over here with the official scorekeeper.
Is this Trent? It is Trent. We got Trent Ratcliffe and old Modern Barney.
You gotta work smarter, not harder.
Changing things up a little bit. We're used to seeing Trent in Smoked Out.
Oh my gosh. It's the village, Trent Ratcliffe.
And Zach does not hold back. If you've never been to a race in person and gotten to experience the roast, the announcing from Zach, well, you're missing out. For better or worse.
I don't think that buggy can run for 3 hours straight.
I don't know if Trent has ever driven Modern Barney. I'm not sure what the backstory is to this coming about, and instead of Smoked Out. So we are all going to see what he can do with this thing. Definitely a capable machine. We saw Justin Wills, put it through its paces plenty of times.
I would say if he was still messing with his other buggies, but he did get a chance to drive Smoked Out with a lot of power, so he's used to the power. So we'll see.
Having a new motor is probably going to make a big difference too. I think it's got a new one. So let's see what Trent can do.
Is he though? Is he? It's like he forgot to push the gas pedal.
All right, let's go, Trent.
Come on, Trent. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Back up and hit it, Trent.
Brand new motor, give him a little bit of a fight, but we're going to get him up this hill. Come on, guys. It sounds good.
Man.
Headers.
Doggone loaner buggies.
There we go.
I'm not so sure you're supposed to run new motors like that, but it's not mine.
They say run them like you, break them in like you're going to drive them.
It's not mine.
You know, I was more impressed with the neutral drop.
Yes, sir.
And now it's dead again.
Uh-oh. Died again. Come on, Trent. Man, he's definitely got a few bugs and gremlins in there. Looks like are needing to get worked out. That's always frustrating. I think every driver has been there at one point or another, especially when you've got anything, new, especially something as crucial, of course, as your motor, or if it's a brand new build entirely.
Let's see if it works for him.
But the good news is he's made it through all the toughest parts of the course. And he's in that SCS final stretch now. All right, Trent.
Okay, hey.
Hey, on a brand new
That's a 118.
118.887 for Trent Ratcliffe. And we've got the birthday boy himself on the line, Matt Holt,
well, here's the deal.
in that high society. off-road bouncer.
Oh my goodness, the reason most of y'all came on the line.
All right, Matt.
The legend, Matt Holt. I cannot wait to watch this huge embarrassing failure. Sorry, I'm probably wrong. I'm probably way off on that. He's probably a smoke score. Is he already going? Oh, yeah.
All right, Matt, you're going to have to give it more than that.
He's just getting warmed up.
That super grip step up right there isn't something you can just ease on over.
I think Dallas can go forward with the 200. Come on, Matt. Let's get up here.
All right, Matt's feeling it out. He's going to find that line.
Yeah, he's just trying to feel out that heel and get that right line. Yeah, there you go. That's it right there, Matt. Now back it up. Back it up all the way to whatever state is above us. Did anybody think that was going to work? That's the line.
All right, buddy, you found the line. Let's find that skinny pedal now. Oh!
He's actually going backwards at this point. You only get 10 points for attempting the heel.
Unfortunately, that is going to be a flag penalty. I think he figured since he already took out the flag, let's just go for it. You can see how much he is just sliding around out here. All right, come on, climb this hill, Matt.
All right, you got to get that line, Joe. There you go. He's got it now. Oh, yeah, it's all over but the crying. Oh, man.
Come on, we want to see Matt climb this hill, especially on his birthday. I think he's got to go more left. Got to get off, get a little traction in all those roots and that brush over there. There you go, Matt. Hard left. Come on, stay in it. Don't you let up. He's sliding. Oh, boy. Oh, man. I hate how flat this hill looks on screen. I'm turning around, I'm watching it in person, and I can see how much he's literally just sliding downhill even on the brakes because it is steep, and then I'm watching it on the screen and it looks like nothing. So y'all are just going to have to take my word for it if you haven't been to an event in person. The hills are always steeper in real life. The ledges are taller. And Matt's giving it all he's got right now, trying to make it up this one.
Unfortunately, he's gotten most of the Ford Ranger parts out of the junkyards around his house, so he's going to have to travel outside of his area to fix it if it does break.
Come on, Matt. Man, I think he might need to go a little bit left or right. Try and find some kind of traction out here.
It's okay. Y'all can yell for him. He needs all the help he can get.
If you could talk to him in the radio in his ear, what would you say about that, Matt?
Ronnie, he does owe you a new flag now, doesn't he? Come on. This is it. Don't you let up. That's right.
No, I don't, because the next hill's even harder. You know, he just made it up a buddy slope, right?
He's coming downhill right here. Let's go.
I was hoping he didn't, because now he has to go through and...
All right, Matt, just let it slide on down. Just a controlled slide at this point.
Matt, I feel like there's only one or two of us.
It's just you.
All right, here we go. Making a big turn, turn. Yeah.
All right, he's halfway done.
If he 4 points that turn, I'm leaving. All right, this should be a cakewalk.
Let's go, man. We need some speed. Oh, yeah. Here we go. We're lining up, boys. Y'all get loud if y'all want
Oh, he's ready. Look at him backing up. He's about to launch it up these RCV rocks.
Y'all heard that, right? Y'all heard it, let out. And then he's going to act like it's going to work. He's almost to the point he can't climb.
All right, and unfortunately, he is out of time.
Let out. You heard him. Let out. And then pretend like it's
He was giving it all he's got, but we do have a time limit on these courses. We not only just to keep things moving for our day of racing, but also to make sure that nobody gets hung up in any one spot and then just, continues to rip on it and dig it out and change the course for all, the drivers to follow.
I have a feeling we're really close to watching Matt do the walk of shame.
So looks like Matt's coming back down this way. We'll get his take on everything once we get him back up here in the trailer. Heck of a try from Matt Holt. I know if he'd had a little more time, he definitely would have been finishing that.
Y'all chin it up for Matt. That was the best he could do. All right. Man, somebody, at least one person could have clapped. Y'all suck. Thank you, Cheryl. I love y'all. Good job, Matt. I mean, not a good job, but job, Matt.
There you go. It's implied. Job, man. I like that. Job. Hey, that's our new one right there.
All right, guys, we're doing a little camera maintenance, a little flag maintenance. Once we get everything squared away, we will be continuing on with our RCV Axle Bouncer Cup Round 1. We are not quite halfway through our list of drivers. Thank you guys for tuning in with us here on Hillside Live for the Mickey Thompson National Rock Racing Association Round 4 so far for the season. This weekend presented by Super Grip. As always, we want to give a huge shout out and thank you to all of our sponsors for helping us do what we do out here in the NRRA on all these race weekends. A big thank you to our media members for coming out and braving the rain and the rocks and the mud and getting that shot to help us promote the sport, promote the drivers as well as we can, and have that fun content to share with everybody. And a big thank you to our recovery volunteers and staff for helping us keep things running smoothly and safely for all of our drivers out here. It makes a huge difference, and it takes a village to put on an event like this. So if you've never been able to make it out to one in person, I certainly would recommend it. We always love to have you join us here live on the show, but being here in person, it just makes such a difference. So you can head to nationalrockracing.com if you want to find our calendar of events for the rest of the season. Hopefully there's going to be one that's close enough to home for you that you can join in on the fun in person. And you can also find some other good stuff on the website, such as driver point standings. You can follow along with your favorite driver and see how they're doing this for the season. There's some our season driver like cards or profiles on there, I guess would be the right word. You can find out a little more about them. There's some merch on there, so definitely some fun stuff to go check out. And of course, if you want to watch the live content from yesterday, or if you've missed some today, then you can head to Rock Racing TV on either our Facebook page or our YouTube channel. Lots of good stuff there.
We're working smarter now.
Oh, boy. Well, Matt just walked back up in here. I'm not sure if it's Matt or a mud monster.
Hey, I was saying earlier, I miss
Oh, yeah, he's covered. He's Mud Monster Matt now. All right, speaking of a buggy coming back around that we hadn't seen in a little while, this is Ben Driscoll in Misfit. You guys might have seen this buggy out before with Wade Good behind the wheel. Oh, man.
That motor's brand new. Could you cut it off, please?
And with a brand new motor in it, definitely we don't want to push that too far. So Ben went ahead and made the right choice and cut it off. We got our recovery heading up there to help him out. Oh, man, hate to see that right out the gate for him.
You didn't have to teach you how you drive at finals.
Let's go check out a quick replay presented by Rock Racing TV and try and get an idea of what went wrong here. Yep, just one of those weird rollovers we called them. We had a few yesterday, and now this one you get traction at the wrong time and hit the ledge wrong, and we saw that in our UTV classes a couple times yesterday as well. So we've still got at least half of our lineup of bouncer drivers to go. I see Chris Grigg, Tim Cameron, Nick Reich, Mark Carpenter, Jack Porter, Daniel Bowman, Jay Storts, Brandon Davis, Daniel Heckley, Johnny Gibbs, and a new name, Connor Flynn, to round things out on our list today. All right, guys. While they work on getting Ben recovered off the hill, we're going to cut to a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll have more of that racing action that you love, so stay tuned.
Hey.
What you want? No matter where your ride takes you. Whether it's a quick trip or a slow climb. When you choose RCV Performance Axles, you're guaranteed to finish every time.
So we have 3 different beadlock wheels that most of our guys use. We have the teardrop, we have the twisted, and then we have the twisted black. So we have a machine version of the twisted, then we have the black. We have these in 14 and 15 inch. All 4 lug, but we'll be coming out with, in addition to some of the tires I was talking about earlier that we're coming out with, we're going to have a new line of wheels come out. Some of those will be 5 lug to keep up with some of the new manufacturing that's happening in the UTV world. But the beadlock wheels that we're selling right now, Rock Life and those guys carry these as well. So right now we're having some specials on them. So I'd recommend if you need a set of beadlocks, you're not going to find any cheaper than those.
Mickey Thompson Tires announces a new American mud terrain legend, the new Baja Legend MTZ. 35 different sizes, and one is just waiting for your rig. The Baja Legend MTZ.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Mickey Thompson NRRA number 4 here at Rush, Kentucky. This weekend is presented by Super Grip, and we are racing on the Mickey Thompson Mountain out here, which is quickly turning into a mudslide. We just watched Matt in his run. Matt's going to give us his perspective on his first person, up close in person perspective on the hill. And we do have Chris Grigg sitting on the starting line right now.
Yeah, it's really muddy out there.
Just a little bit.
It's just a little bit.
I'm looking at Matt's face right now.
Is it covered in mud?
Your fire suit, all of you.
Yeah,
Matt is muddy.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the mud off. Yeah, my fire suit is literally just covered. My helmet, you can't even tell what color the buggy is. And coming down the hill, going up, obviously it's slick. Got Chris Grigg on the course.
Let's see how Chris handles the Super Grip step up. So far, so good.
That corner where I was at is probably, if you're climbing, that's the best. It's the best place for it.
It looks like there's a little bit more traction in the brush and the roots over there.
There is.
From what I can see over here.
And as the rain literally just started to downpour.
As Chris
starts his run.
Came down even more.
That section right there, I think I had my brakes on and I just slid.
You were, yep.
And it
was just a semi-controlled slide
it
to the bottom. Chris had a little bit of a bouncing down that CA Tech cliff there.
And my main goal was just try to keep it going straight down the hill.
I think I just saw a tear-off come out of his buggy, too, so he's prepared with those tear-offs on his visor so he can see.
Right? People don't think that last 10 feet is really rough, and you can hear Chris just literally holding it to the floor right there.
Oh! Cutting that corner. He is putting this wide-open design buggy to the test today, sliding around in this mud. Whoa!
He did not want to get stuck there, I think.
Getting rowdy.
72.105 for Mr. Chris Grigg. His mother said, by the way, it's Chris Grigg, not Chris Griggs. And I was like, thank you, I appreciate that. And I said, I'll even mention that on live feed. She goes, don't say that. Don't tell I told you so. He's like, he'll kill me. We started laughing. It was good fun. I said, his mama looks out for him. I said, trust me, my mama would do the same thing. I appreciate it. She said, well, we've heard all kinds of interesting things. Griggy. She said one of the things, Griggy.
Oh.
It's Chris Griggy. Uh-oh. We got TC sitting in the starting gate.
All right, Cooper Bentley is still holding down the fastest time right now with a 62.1.
And he was the first guy to go.
The first one out the gate, also in our UTV Bounty class. So you guys, if you can real quickly type in some comments, what do you think is going to be Timmy's time right now on course 1 for the bouncer class? Is he going to beat that 62.1 from Cooper?
Right there above that jump, it's getting also really, really slick because all the slime is falling down. So as soon as you land, it's pretty much wide open throttle.
So Timmy, coming into this weekend, is 43 points ahead.
Wow.
Of Daniel Heckley, and then Cooper is third in points right now. So definitely a solid lead from Timmy.
Yes.
We got to give a shout out. Look at that drone shot. Our drone pilot is flying out here in this rain, which is not easy.
Timmy, for the second day in a row, is out there getting sideways.
He did have that happen in the UTV class yesterday as well. I don't think it's slowing him down much, though. Oh, and you know Cooper just got a little disappointed because Timmy laid down a 59.108.
Wow.
We had, let's see, Trey Moore guessed a 56, Tim Bacon 57, Matt Baker with a 58.6, and then Carol with a 59.8. She got the closest, I think.
Y'all help me remember that.
Nick Reich on the line. Speaking of Nick Reich, Matt, what do we have to give to Nick Reich today?
Yes. I was trying to respond to comments. Yes. Nick, for those of you who, we talked a little bit this morning, for those of you who watched our last race, he rolled this Fordzilla buggy down the hill. He picked a line, and we had talked about that morning. He had looked at this far right line at in Alabama or Arkansas, Hot Springs. And he was looking at this far right line, and he chose it. We had talked a little bit that morning on the live feed about who's going to choose it. He was the first guy to try it. Didn't have enough momentum rolling in. Rolled down the hill, landed.
Oh, I think he just took out a flag.
Landed. Then he matched the gas, takes off, and still gets a great time out of the whole course.
And not only did he get a great time, he also won our Skinny Pedal Award for the race at Hot Springs. So we'll be giving that to Nick later today. We also awarded Brandon Davis the Skinny Pedal Award from the race at Wildcat. Gave that to Brandon yesterday.
Again, I saw Nick. Nick had his motor torn apart in this buggy this week, doing some stuff to it. I seen him posted on Snapchat that he was doing some maintenance, doing a little head work in a bent valve. 98.940, and that was with a 30-second penalty for a flag. I hear Jack Porter, the Jack Attack, and the Venom Buggy getting fired up right behind us. Yeah, my helmet got splattered with the mud. Within the first 10 feet, you couldn't see out of your helmet, so I got a little mud on the old face. Tear-offs might be the way to go. Got Mark Carpenter sitting there in that busted knuckle buggy. Mark he's sitting there in the busted knuckle buggy. He's been racing with us for a while, and he's getting really good. He's doing some shock tuning, getting everything dialed in, making sure the buggy's awesome. I told him after his run he should come up and talk to us, and he said, "We'll see." So
yeah, not everybody likes to.
Yes, he does
talk on camera.
Side-by-side racing with us. He rides a rock bouncer, so he's having a good time.
He had a little bit of tough luck yesterday in the UTV class, so I hope he's able to come out here and have a fun time and lay down 2 good runs today in our RCV Axle bouncer class. If you guys are just joining us, we are on round 1. We're about 2/3 of the way through round 1 for the bouncer cup class. All right, since we were just mentioning that Nick Reich won our Skinny Pedal Award from the last race at Hot Springs, we've got a real quick replay to show you guys in case you missed that.
Again, he came real far to that left side. We had talked about it on the live feed, and we were curious if he was going to bring it because we saw some side-by-sides kind of do it. Go to that far left, tried and kind of skeet over. Didn't quite make it. He took a little bit of a bounce there and then rolled. I mean, landed
that was
all the way down the hill. Literally backed up. Took back off and still got a finish out of it. Again, that was a long, long fall. Again, you can see him right there. He literally just caught a bad bounce and fell 10 or 12 feet, landed, spun the cage. I said, hurt the cage at all? He said, heck no. It's that cage is 2-inch, like quarter-inch wall chromoly.
And I'm sure he was thinking, thank you, Jake Pike.
He did. He said, when I landed, I said, how'd you feel after the roll? He said, great. He said, I've never felt more safe in my life. After I got out, he goes, I felt amazing. You know,
Jake Pike built that
yes.
Fordzilla. If you guys hadn't seen him race with us a couple seasons ago. Mark Carpenter out there now in the bipolar buggy. Hopefully it's in a good mood today.
Yes.
I don't understand how they can get up it after Matt dug it out.
Zach, right.
I don't think there's any great way to come down that CA Tech cliff smoothly. You just got to be bounce your way down or slide down.
And we called it our Spider off-road steps yesterday. Now it's just one step. It's very tall step.
Oh, man. Oh, he's stuck right at the top of the RCV rocks.
Again, it's kind of a hidden spot because you see this long hill.
We don't have it's in the trees, so it's hard to get a good view of it.
There's a couple of ledges that are rock, and they obviously are very slick. Right now you have the slick, wet rock on there, so.
Mark trying to back down and find a little momentum, but there's just not much traction to be had at all.
He's literally inching forward up that hill.
He is clawing his way up the hill right now. I think he's going to have to come all the way on down. Yep.
There. Go, right there. No, you're too far. Oh, he's actually going to try to climb it.
And it's hard to tell on camera, but we're calling it the RCV Rocks because it's not just a straight-up mud hill like we saw over on the first hill. There is a rock section at the top that, is what is kind of causing a little bit of trouble for a few of our drivers. And, of course, Mark right now, but he made it.
Yeah, again, that last 10, 12 feet is just you have no momentum and it's slick. There's a couple of rock sections that slow you way down. Again, this rain is just playing total havoc with this course today.
But Mark's going to get a finish out of it. He's in the SCS final stretch right now. And through that finish line.
That's a 141.250.
141.250 for Mark Carpenter. And I see Jag Attack Porter in the old race line starting gate.
That's going to suck.
Uh-oh,
and it's pouring.
It just went from rain to torrential downpour.
It's pouring. Jack.
As Jack pulls up in the starting gate. I seen
Jack.
I seen Timmy run over here, point at someone, and then take off, motion come here, and then took off running. And now I see
Keith
Toolman.
Keith Toolman heading somewhere.
Backing over there. So he does have Keith has pretty much every tool known to man on there, as well as an onboard welder.
Somebody needs some assistance
So
right now.
somebody somewhere may need something welded back together.
You know, if you've raced for more than, I don't know, more than once, I'll say, you've probably ended up sitting in the rain at some point, either waiting for your turn to race, like Jack is, or in a driver's meeting.
Yes.
Checking out the hills, something.
Come on, Jack. Okay, he was going way too fast there. I was like, oh.
Jack's about to make this Venom buggy work.
Oh!
Come on.
Again, it's funny. We've had, over the last 5, 6, 8 years, we've seen buggies get lower to the ground, and that way it makes it a lot more stable on the hill, which is super important. The downside of that is you can get high centered if you're if you're on this type of situation where you have a 6-foot ledge, you can get high centered. So
I think Jack might be about to take out that banner, but I'm not sure he even cares right now.
No, and it's so close to the tree.
He just wants to get off of this hill.
Oh, there he goes!
Come on, Jack. We don't call it a Jack attack for nothing.
No.
Matt considers Jack his competition, but he's the only one at this point.
All right, he's a third of the way done. The buggy is not white anymore. Oh, man.
Yes. It's a nice light tan, maybe a brownish color.
It's a little khaki colored.
Oh!
Easy, Jack.
He literally slid all the way up to that RCV flag and then drove around it.
This Mickey Thompson Mountain is turning into a mud fest. I hope all these folks out here in the park brought their boggers this weekend.
Yes. Yeah. It's.
Look at him just slide. There's not much you can do about that.
Again,
you're just along for the ride at that point.
There are people sliding up and down this Mickey Thompson Mountain out here this weekend. Yeah, he's going to neutral drop it. He's definitely going to.
Get it, Jack.
Oh!
Oh, yeah. He's got
it. Go, baby, go! Yes. Yes, it's a brown buggy at this point. They're all brown.
You also don't realize how difficult it is to control a muddy steering wheel.
Oh, man.
Until you've had to do it.
Yeah. 143.073. 143.073 for Mr. Jack Porter.
And I know Jack's just happy that he crossed that finish
it's
line
getting
right
so
now.
nasty right now. Mr. Bowman is pulling up the line, and I heard he was talking all kinds of trash yesterday. He is so geeked right now to get out this course. He's like, man, I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. He got a new motorhome this week, ordered a new enclosed trailer this week, or he got new axles on his trailer this week. So he
is fully living the race life.
He is just so jacked to be here. I think he's going to come out and just get it on this. Look at Jack. He is covered in mud.
Oh, nasty. Well, we know that
poor Jack is literally covered in mud. It's literally, after you get in racing, you can't even tell what color the buggy is.
That's rough. I'm glad I don't have to pressure wash any of these buggies.
Yeah, I was thinking that. As like mud was raining down, I'm like...
Space. All right, Dan Bowman in that race line starting gate. Now, we know how capable a Tyrant is. Let's see what Dan can do with it on this hill, on this Mickey Thompson Mountain. Oh no! Oh, as Matt was just saying earlier, one of the downsides of a low slung buggy. Oh, woo! Could be getting high centered.
Yeah, he is getting it though.
There it is.
There he goes. Again, just such a gnarly, wet, rainy course out here today. You're literally just trying to keep it going at this point in the same direction. Again, right here, these big stair steps, the CA Tech stairs there, just absolutely just thrashing buggies through. Jack, he's like, yeah, you got a little something over here.
All right, let's see if Dan can one-shot the RCV Rocks. Looking good so far. He's definitely carrying some momentum. Oh, he got it.
There we go.
Dan,
oh!
Dan's part of that reclaimed racing team. You saw Clayton Smith race earlier, and he's the other member of that reclaimed racing. Uh, 85.558 for Dan Bowman.
Clyde was saying that
reclaimed racing.
He was flying up into those finish line timers. So I think he threw some mud on him as he was getting by him.
He actually did really good after this huge, embarrassing start.
Well, is it snacky snack time yet? I mean,
it's always snacky snack time. That's Jay Stewart's and Ford play on the starting line. We've still got Brandon Davis, Daniel Heckley, Johnny Gibbs, and Connor Flynn.
Ooh, Johnny Gibbs.
To round out our drivers list for
new,
round one.
I'll say his new chassis is looking awesome.
All right, right now we got fastest time is Tim Cameron with a 59, followed by Cooper Bentley with a 62. And Jay Stewart's out on the course right now.
Jay is definitely going to try to fix that with that forward play buggy. It's so funny. You can see Jack. You can see the stripes where the Hans device was. Listen to that motor roar.
Our second Ford-powered buggy out here today.
Again, those big CA Tech stairs, you literally just have to kind of just try to keep the buggy going straight down the hill.
You're just along for the ride.
You are. You really are.
Oh, look at him.
There he goes.
Sliding side to side.
It was revving pretty hard. It sounded like he grabbed another gear.
Oh, man. He's right at the top.
Come on, buddy. Bree, do you miss me when I'm not? Bree's trying to stay out of the rain that's starting to it just keeps
Scooting
getting
a little closer.
It just keeps getting more intense as the day is going on. Here he comes. He literally is just sliding down the hill at this point. Oh, he's sliding down the hill backwards, and that's the hill he's supposed to come down. Or supposed to go up, but he's sliding down backwards. But I think he's just trying to keep it straight. Get up there. Come on, Jay.
Oh, man.
It is
Come
starting.
on, Jay.
It is literally starting to pour buckets right now. It just keeps getting worse. Oh.
Now he's got a time limit, same as everybody else. We have, I think it's 3 minutes on the hill.
5.
Is it 5 today?
Clyde said 5 at the drivers' meeting this morning.
All right.
That's what the side. Ooh, come on, Jay. It's right at the top of the stinking hill, and it's starting to kind of slide sideways a little bit. So I think he's just trying to keep the buggy straight at this point. Yeah, I wish all of our online viewers could see how intense this really is. Come on. Uh-oh. You could tell he was grabbing a different gear.
He's giving her all he's got, Captain.
He's giving her all she's got. Zach. He said the hardest thing on those Ford motors is driving them. I tell you. Zach is our resident ornery man.
All right, and I think he's hung up. I think he's got the passenger side front tire up on a tree, and he can't get forward up the hill in order to get off it. So I do think he's going to need some recovery.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So now
he was so close.
He was right at the top. And again, Keith's going to have to drive around and pull him up the hill so he can get him off of there. Again, you hate that for Jay, but again, this rain right now is literally just pouring buckets, so. So Keith's going to take the dozer pass all the way around the top of the course there. All right, while Keith does that, we're going to take a quick break from this awesome racing action here, and we're going to go to a commercial, and we'll be back right after these messages.
All right, so this is our XT tire, and this is the 35, 10, 15. It's the biggest tire that we make for a UTV. And this is the road compound. We have two different compounds. As you can see, it's kind of hard to squeeze these together. This is going to last you a lot longer if you're just doing trail riding on asphalt to get to the trails. If you're trailering and you're only going to be on trails, then I would recommend our trail compound. And it's much softer. You grab those rocks really well. That's what the majority of our drivers that we sponsor use the XT trail compound. But we also have our AMP tire. And this is a 6-ply tire. The XT is an 8-ply. It's got really tough sidewalls. And in fact, one of our drivers took first place in the Bounty Series last race in Hot Springs with this tire. So those are the two main tires that all racers use. And you can get any of these tires and the wheels that they're mounted on through Rock Life as well.
What you want? What you want? No matter where your ride takes you. Whether it's a quick trip or a slow climb. When you choose RCV Performance Axles, you're guaranteed to finish every time.
The Mickey Thompson Premium Mud Terrain is on the road and full of undisputed attitude. The Baja Boss MT. No compromises, ever. We are purpose-built tires for truck and Jeep enthusiasts everywhere. All mud tires are not created equal, and here's the proof. Powerply XD construction, asymmetrical tread design, extreme side biters, and more. Find your tire size today at MickeyThompsonTires.com.
Mickey Thompson Tires announces a new American mud terrain legend. The new Baja Legend MTZ. 35 different sizes, and one is just waiting for your rig. The Baja Legend MTZ. Mickey Thompson Tires announces a new American mud terrain legend. The new Baja Legend MTZ. 35 different sizes, and one is just waiting for your rig. The Baja Legend MTZ. Rebirthed from the depths of Baja, Mickey Thompson Tires announces a new American mud terrain legend. The new Baja Legend MTZ. Silica reinforced T4 tread compound. Powerply 3-ply construction. Improved 4-pitch side biters. Proven MTZ tread styling for undisputed traction. 35 different sizes, and one is just waiting for your rig. The Baja Legend MTZ.
No matter where your ride takes you. Whether it's a quick trip or a slow climb. When you choose RCV Performance Axles, you're guaranteed to finish every time. What you want. No matter where your ride takes you. Whether it's a quick trip or a slow climb. When you choose RCV Performance Axles, you're guaranteed to finish every time.
All right, we are back here at the National Rock Racing Association, fourth race of our National Rock Racing Association. We have got a new buggy on the line there. Love that wrap on the side, that really clean-looking buggy.
Yeah, this is Connor Flynn. This is his first time racing with us, and I do believe that he's also got a Ford motor, if I heard correctly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, add another one to the lineup out here today.
And then definitely going to be well, the rain has actually stopped momentarily. We took a break, and so did the rain. So, again, why get the buggy recovery?
Yes, unfortunately for Jack Porter and Jay Storts and Dan Bowman, they definitely had the worst of it as far as racing in the rain today. But, you know, that's just how it goes out here. And that is one reason that when we race, we always do odds first and then evens on Hill 1. And then on Hill 2, we flip it and we do the evens first and then odds so that we can try and keep things as fair as possible as far as, you know, how our lineup shakes out.
Yeah.
Next.
Again, we're waiting on Keith. I think right now they're checking to see if Keith's on his way back down here. I think they're checking to make sure Keith is recovered off the course. They're going to wait till he gets back down here in case we need a recovery.
Right, so if you guys are just joining us, we had Jay Shaw. We had a pretty big recovery needed. It was just in a tricky spot. And, of course, very slippery and muddy. So Keith Toolman, huge shout-out and thank you to him, as always. He does so much for us and all the drivers out here to help us keep things rolling and help with recovery. And he went up and helped winch Jay up the hill and off the tree that he was stuck on.
It's not often you hear them saying we have to winch up a tree. Yeah, but he was hooked on a tree at the very top of the hill.
He was stuck pretty good.
And again, normally Jay could just pull forward and then roll down the hill. Unfortunately, it was like a torrential downpour while he's on the course. So
there was no forward movement happening. Yeah. But I think we've got them all taken care of, and the rain has stopped now, luckily for Connor, sitting in that race line starting gate.
Down, set, hunt.
All right, here we go with Connor Flynn.
That is a sharp-looking buggy. I believe that's a rear mount engine. I'll try to look at the design there. Got the offset rear housing. And it makes quick work of that
Sure
corner.
Does.
Again, I think that corner is starting to get wore down a little bit. Again, you can see those CA Tech steps. Again, we talked about our spot. Oh, wow.
There's definitely going to be a puddle at that last ledge on the CA Tech cliff. He did take out a flag. Unfortunately, that'll be a flag penalty. Not the first one we've seen today.
Look at that motor just rip.
Man, Jason just done that.
So this is Connor's first time racing with us here at the NRRA. I did not get really a chance to talk with him at the drivers' meeting today. So I'm not sure what his racing history is, but he definitely looks like he's pretty comfortable in that buggy.
I agree. I think he did just fine there.
Trey Moore says it was an Elder Fab machine.
Okay. That's a 105.223 with the penalty for that RCV flag.
That was a really good run. Unfortunately, the 30-second flag penalty put him up there in the triple digits, but still a respectable run.
I'm looking at Jay Stort's face.
Looks like Brandon Davis getting lined up.
Again, this is Taylor's favorite buggy, backing in there, that Menace buggy. Brandon is our current season champion for the National Rock Racing Association. Again, we featured him as our featured driver Friday first of the year, and then we had Colby. He is our current rookie of the year, and he was our second featured driver Friday, as Bree was came up with the awesome idea of having featured driver Fridays. It was very, very cool to do those, and we get to feature drivers that have awesome merch. And since then, we have started doing that, we have both acquired a very large amount of merch.
We've got quite a T-shirt collection.
We do.
Everyone is so kind and generous to share their merch with us. So I thought we needed a way to help represent the drivers a little bit extra on the show, and that's how Featured Driver Fridays came about. And Dan Carter was our featured driver yesterday.
Yeah, again, does an awesome job. Again, Dan coming out, he helps out a lot with racers. He's always doing cool, fun stuff. He's part of that Rock Life off-road crew. Again, I know we have a lot of guys who buy side-by-sides off the Rock Life. They come here and set up so that way they can help keep guys going from everything from axles to sunglasses. So we appreciate those guys and coming out and helping out with us.
We are getting that flag put back up that Connor took out at the bottom of the course here. So once we get that reset, we'll be ready to send Brandon off the line. So where's everybody watching from today? And is it raining by you, or are you having some nice spring weather? This is spring weather. It's just not at the nice end of the spectrum.
Yes. They say April showers bring May flowers, but we are getting
except it's May now.
We are getting showers in May.
Yeah. What do May showers bring?
I don't know. Muddy rock bouncers, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
So yeah, again, I hate to be the car wash that's near the off-road park getting some attention this weekend.
Matt, speaking of car washes and races, I drove my car to a race at Bikini Bottoms one year.
Yep.
Last year, actually. Parked it in the camp area, in the campground by the RV, which is up. If you've ever been to Bikini Bottoms, it's not even that close to the race area.
Yeah.
It's up a hill, and it's a nice, camp area. Parked it there for the weekend. 2 days later, went home. My car was so dusty. It was such thick dust that the whole top half of it looked a different color from the rest of the car. And I went to a car wash, and they turned me away.
Are you serious?
They said my car was too dirty because
hilarious.
It would all turn to mud and would get down and clog up.
That's hilarious.
Everything. So I was in the line. I had already paid, and they backed everybody else behind me out, made me back out, and nicely said my car was too dirty for the car wash. And that is the first time I've ever had that happen.
And for those who know, Bree's car is usually immaculate inside and outside.
We got Matt in Knoxville, Tennessee, overcast and drizzly. Not surprised. We're probably not too far from there. Ronnie's in Ocean City, Maryland, very cloudy. Cliff in North Carolina, waiting for rain. All right, here goes Brandon. Let's go, Brandon.
Here we go. Again, watch him hook that corner there. Making quick work of that Spider off-road step there. Again, having this as our only IFS buggy out here racing with this. So, again, I think that IFS able to keep him a little bit lower to the ground. We'll see what it's going to do here. Again, wow, splashing through the puddles on the course.
And this is a TC-built bouncer, but Brandon has totally just made it his own. I almost forget sometimes that it started with Timmy, that Timmy built it, because it's in my mind, it's just Brandon.
Yeah.
Brandon Amenis.
Yes.
What is this? Is third or fourth season racing?
I think third. Something doesn't quite sound right with that motor.
It does sound a little crackly.
But
making some popcorn. It is pretty wet out here today. 69.656.
Mr. Brandon Davis again. Something didn't sound right at the top of that hill, but
we just got poured on.
Yeah,
and a lot of these bouncers don't like water.
Yes.
So hopefully it was not anything more than that. Tim Cameron still in the lead for round one right now with a 59, followed by Cooper Bentley with a 62. And then it looks like Clint Garrison with a 67. But as always, I'll give you guys that top 5 rundown when we're done. We've got Daniel Heckley. Oh, there goes the starting 8. Oh.
It starts getting They starts getting mud on it. And
yes, it gets so heavy from all the mud from when the drivers take off and roost it.
Yeah.
Then it just kind of collapses. So
it has to get rinsed off every once in a while. So a lot of times we'll take it.
Either that or the generator ran out of gas.
Yeah.
One or the other.
Yeah.
We'll get that back up, though.
We've seen him take it down. Basically let it air down all the way, smack it a whole bunch, knock all the mud off, and then plug it back in, and it's good to go. I think we got 2 more races to go.
Yeah, we've got Daniel, and then we've got Johnny Gibbs, and that is going to, as far as I know, wrap up round 1 for the RCV Axle Bouncer Cup. Thank you guys for joining us here today on Hillside Live. You know what? In spite of the rain, in spite of the mud, we're having a great time out here this weekend. We're used to racing rain or shine, and so are the drivers, even though it might not be everyone's first choice, but we're having a good time out here in Rush, Kentucky for the Mickey Thompson NRRA race number 4. This weekend is presented by Super Grip. And I want to give a shout out to all of our sponsors, all of our recovery volunteers and staff, all of our media folks that are out here.
Our brave media people that are helping brave the weather, whether it be one of the Rock Racing TV media people running a camera, or whether it be one of our other media people to help make us famous on Facebook or on YouTube. But we appreciate all of our guys out there braving the rain and the mud.
Yeah, having that high-quality content to share, promote the sport, promote the series, and, of course, the drivers. You know, that's important. And we all know whether you like it or not, social media is a big thing these days. So having some high-quality content to be able to share and promote with it is definitely something that we appreciate.
Turns out that's kind of important.
It plays a role, let's say. Looks like the race line starting gate is
got the mud knocked back off of it.
Standing upright again.
And we've seen a couple different versions of that race line starting gate. We've seen the red one that's a little bigger. We've seen that black one that's a little. That one's, I think, the newest one they've come out with, and it works very, very well. And again, other than when it gets covered in mud over and over and over, we gotta bang it up.
There's only so much you can ask of an inflatable, I suppose.
You really can't. You can only cover it with so much mud. And this is another guy, Daniel Heckley, that will definitely. He will come out full tilt and cover it with mud.
Here we go, Daniel Heckley. Daniel's second in points right now coming into this weekend, although 43 points behind Timmy, so definitely got his work cut out for him. Oh, no.
Back up right up there. Or go to the corner, one of the two.
I think you might need to head left a little. There he goes.
Oh, use that rear steer.
I'm glad he listened to me.
Yeah. He used that rear steer to kind of walk the back end up into that brush, get a little more traction there.
That's okay. Keep going. Yeah, you're going to have to muscle it up. Pretty sure that water got over that belt. Lost your steering.
So it seems like he might have lost steering.
Yeah, I lost steering during my run. My belt is probably over there. It's either on the down. I don't know if I lost it on the downhill or the uphill, but one of the two. I think I lost it on the downhill, but I found out. Oh, I'm hearing Brandon. I heard they were wagering about that. So
they've been known to make a bet or two on the hills.
The best part was they had a haircut one year. Man, yeah, you see him, trying to still get a finish out of it because you want to try to recover as many points as possible, but unfortunately...
Well, especially when you're sitting second in points.
Man. Again, like I said, I threw a belt. I'm not out there somewhere. I'm not sure where, but...
Luckily, he has rear steer on that buggy, so he's, still got a little bit of an option here, but it's definitely not going to be easy.
Go, baby, go.
All right, now you got it dug down to dry. Now,
There's a little bit of a better view of that rocky section that we've talked about. We call this area the RCV Rocks. It's not just a muddy chute all the way to the top. They also have the last, 10 feet or something,
yeah.
at least?
Well, and right about that last 15 or 20 feet, there's a big, like a ledge that shoots them up in the air. I mean, it's about 1 foot tall, 2 foot tall. So once you pop up there, then you literally have 20, 30 feet of just wide open throw. We saw Jay just held it to the floor. Again, if you're throwing the belts, that belt also powers your water pump. Your motor's going to immediately start to climb in temperature, so you don't want to hurt the motor either. Again, getting points is crucial, but you also don't want to toast a very expensive engine. Come on, get up there. Uh-oh.
Oh, he's off in the weeds a little bit.
He's kind of in that Jay Storch territory right now.
Oh, man, he's up against the tree.
And not having steering.
That's going to be a really tough spot to get out of. Well,
yeah,
he managed it. Man, I hate how flat it looks on screen.
Yeah, it does. And then you see the buggies like flying through the air up the hill. Again, you hate to see that. Being in points, he really wants to get points out of this. But, again, if that's the pulley that actually turns the water pump, this thing is drastically climbing temperature-wise every time he's romping on that throttle. I know when I pulled up, mine was shooting antifreeze out of it.
Oh.
So, again, like I said, you throw that belt, and we aren't exactly being gentle on these rigs out here right now.
No.
I mean,
that's not what they're made for.
It's fun to get out and hear the buggy roar. It's just when you're doing it as you're barely creeping up the hill, it's kind of weird, to hear the buggy just roaring as you're.
We ask a lot out of the machines that come out here between the water and the mud and the rocks and the dirt.
We really do.
And a heavy right foot. We definitely put every machine that comes out on these courses to the test.
Come on, baby.
Come on, Daniel.
There he goes.
We got it.
There he goes. Clyde said as he was climbing the hill, he has 50 seconds left.
Oh, it's going to be close.
So he's going to be close. Now, once he starts down the hill, as long as he's continuing forward progress, and that's very key. The rules state as long as you're continuing forward progress, you can keep racing. So
right. So once you pass the time limit, and today it's 5 minutes on this Mickey Thompson Mountain. Once you cross that 5 minutes, if you stop or back up after that, then you're done. But as Matt said, even if you are past the 5 minute time limit, and you're continuing to make forward progress, then you're still allowed to finish.
Again, also not sounding 100% there, but with the water and the mud.
But he got a finish out of it.
.840 for Mr. Daniel Heckley. 3:12. Justin Holt said race cars run electric water pumps. Yeah, there are a few of them out here that do run electric water pumps.
Now,
yeah.
Another person that should be getting funding from the government.
Yep, there are a few. I know mine does not. Mine does not have an electric. I know. I think Bubba Bacon had an electric on his. He ran a big block. Timmy, did your new one have an electric water pump? Yeah, I know mine was shooting volcanically out of the radiator.
All right, we're running a check on our finish line timers. And then we've got Johnny Gibbs in that sitting there on the starting line, and he is going to wrap up round one right now of the RCV Axle Bouncer Cup. Let me go ahead and look here and get us a little bit of a rundown.
Derek Oak said he has a spare motor, but I doubt he wants to use it already. Yeah, he does not want to go to the spare motor 4 races in. Little Tim said, yes, his new one does have an electric water pump. Like I know some of the guys do. Again, with as much mud and water that's been coming down this afternoon, I don't know. Maybe he has an air filter that's clogged up, but we've seen a couple of buggies have issues with cleaning out, especially the higher RPMs. You kind of tell it a little bit. Again, like I said, if you get your air filter full of water, they don't tend to work very well.
of my rail buggy guys. All of my rail buggy guys.
All right, here we go with Johnny Gibbs.
Oh, come on.
No.
Yes. This is a Jake Pike built chassis as well.
Wow, and in charge of our grand finale.
Oh man, and that was the finale.
That was the finale
of round 1, and I'm sure that is not what Johnny Gibbs wanted to come out here and do. Let's check out a real quick replay presented by Rock Racing TV.
Again, this is a brand new chassis built by Jake Pike. He's had it on, I think, 1 or 2 courses already this year.
Oh man, and you know what? We saw that happen already today for another one of our drivers. Was it Richard Hodges?
I believe so. Yes. And
pretty much exactly like
his
that.
new buggy as well. Well, new to him anyway. Yeah.
Man, well, we hate to see that for these guys. But the good news is I don't think that hurt anything, not just flopping over in the mud. And there's always round 2. So we are going to shut down for a break. Taylor, when are we coming back up? Do you know? Okay. So we have something a little different going on here in person. We're not going to be live for it, but they're going to be racing some rail buggies.
Okay.
So we'll be probably taking a little bit longer break, intermission than we usually do, but still not too long, so don't go far. We'll come back with our youth class and run both of their courses, and then we'll be back for round 2 for the UTV Bounty, and then, of course, the bouncers as well. Yeah. So let me hang on real quick. Let me see if I can get you a time that we're going to come back.
Clyde was walking by. I was going to try to grab him. Okay. All right.
All right. So we're planning on about 1 or 1:30 to come back live with our youth class, like I said. So you guys, thanks for joining us this morning, and hopefully you can come back with us in a little bit. Go get you some lunch and come back for Hillside Live. See you guys.
We'll see you guys.